Believe it or not, placement is probably one of the biggest reasons why you're dying in Apex Legends, especially in ranked. Now, what do you mean by placement? Well, I basically mean your positioning. Where you're positioned on a map at any and all times matters a lot more than you would ever think, just because of the fact that if you're not in a position to fight, you can't deal any damage, get any kills, so you can't get KP, and you can't really protect yourself, so you can't actually get placement points. Understanding where the last ring is going to be is crucial to having proper placements in your Apex games. If you're able to put yourself in the most optimal position at the highest ground or in the best spot, then you're going to win more games simply because you force enemy teams to fight, you force when you can go into battle, and you also force just the tempo of any fight at all. That being said, for about the next minute, I'm going to tell you how you can start guessing the end ring location for pubs or ranked, and this skill will help you get better immediately. The first tip is to see where the first two rings are touching. The first two rings will almost always touch. Sometimes they won't, but even if they're not, they will pull incredibly close to each other, and you can use that to decide where the last ring will be, as it will always be close. The second tip I can give you for guessing where the last ring will be is to pay attention to where the unplayable zones are. Fifth circle can never end in an unplayable zone, and if fourth circle is in between two unplayable zones, fifth circle is absolutely going to be in the middle of them. The third and most important tip I can give you about understanding zones is to realize that it is not random where the zones are pulled in Apex. Believe it or not, on every map, there are set locations where the rings will end. Now, the rings in between are randomized to an extent, but the final ring is always pre-decided before a match starts. The reason this is so important to understand is because you can use this to determine where the last ring will be based on POIs. Certain POIs have much more ring zones than other POIs, and some areas of the map basically will never ever have a ring that ends there. This is important. You can take a look at these maps in multiple ways. You don't need to understand them perfectly, but just getting a good handle for where the most likely end location is pretty important. If you want access to these maps, go to apexlegendstats.com and you can find them there.